All right, we are live, guys. Welcome to this championship edition, everyone, of Sports Talk. She's out of your league, Sports Back Sunday. I have three very special guests today. Well, two, and my sister. So we'll start with my sister, then we'll go to our two special winning guests.
Oh,
Sister,
it's
you
me.
can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah, I'm Lily. Most of y'all know me. If you don't, I'm Key's sister. Um, yeah, I'm not a coach or anything, but I know a little bit something about football and sports. That's all I got.
Oh, okay, that was very generous. All right, Coach Darius.
How y'all doing? Coach Derry Evans from Seminole High School in Sanford, Florida.
I'm Coach Maul,
What do you
defensive line
coach,
coach.
Coach?
Oh, I coach running backs. I'm sorry, running back coach at Sanford.
Okay, oh, you the GOAT running back coach. Got you.
All right, cool. I'm sorry, Coach Maul. Coach Maul, what do
Appreciate
you
it.
coach? Yeah,
I coach
that's
D
it.
line at Miami Central.
Go ahead, Coach Maul. What do you coach, Coach Maul? Talk to people.
I'm, I coach D
Coach
line
D
at Miami
line at
Central.
Central. All right. All right, guys. So as everybody knows, if you don't know, these are two winning coaches, as we said already. And today we're here to talk about not just the winning formula, but we're here to talk about what it takes off the field, what it takes, what are these coaches, what are the demands of these students, the needs that are being met with these students that we celebrate for one weekend, but it takes a whole maybe year or a summer and a season for them to get to this winning state of mind, this to actually get it manifested. So, guys, who wants to start first? Let's talk about the performances this weekend. I was there. It was beautiful. I'll start with Coach Barry because he won yesterday. He won the AA against Osceola Cowboys. They had a perfect season this year. I'm not sure if it was the first time or not, but it was a 12-0 season. Coach Derek, talk to us about that. What it took. When did you start? How did that process go?
It all started with summer workouts, which everything was pretty kind of hard with Corona and everything going on. So you had to have certain numbers with certain coaches. So it was all a process, but the kids bought in and they worked their butts off. So that's what we needed. And we faced a lot of adversity this year. Like one of my running backs, he died in a car crash. Then the day of our game, our starting safety lost his mom. Then my other running back, his grandma died after the game. So we dealt with a lot of death. 2 weeks before states, four of our starters got in a bad car crash in front of the cemetery where my running back is buried at. They should be dead the way the car looked, but by the grace of God, only one of them had like a little scratch. So like we dealt with a lot of adversity all year, but the kids bought in. As coaches, we met up. We practiced from like 3 to 5:30. Then we meet from anywhere from 5:30 to 7:30. We also meet on the weekends, Sunday mornings from like 8 to 12. So there's a lot of work into it that people don't know about. I think you can just go out there and coach on Fridays and that's it. But it's a lot into it.
Mm, thank you for sharing that. I did not even know that. That takes a lot of tenacity. That takes a lot of courage and a lot of mental fortitude. So I appreciate you sharing that with me. Let you know the mentality of those guys to be able to take those licks and keep pushing, through life. And you
Hmm.
as a coach being there for their role model through that process, I'm sure it meant a lot to them and still does. Coach Maul, can you tell us a bit about Central's, Miami Central's road to the championship and what that took them
Well,
away?
for us, football don't stop. I mean, we our process started right after we won it last year. You know, what I mean, we get the kids maybe a week or two off, and then we right back at it. Um, this year we were last year when we won it, we was pretty young defensively. So, we maybe lost four seniors, and out of the four, maybe two of them was actual starters. So we brought a lot back. So it was kind of, easy for us. when we got back for the spring, we started up, we got the defense implemented and everything, but we had almost like a 6 month layoff. So the hardest part was getting kids back in shape.
Mm.
You know what I mean? We wasn't able to have the the normal off season that we normally would have, the preparation going to it. But when your kids already had the
Right.
taste success, they know what it feel like. They know how they knew the process. They know they understand the standard. So it kind of made it easier for us to come back. But man, we didn't go through as much as adversity as coach here, but we had our bumps along the way. Far as I had a kid get into a bad car accident a day before the game, but thank God, it was just the car was messed up. Other than that, but it was
One day, you done, coach?
yeah. I'm done. I'm done.
Thank you for sharing that, coach. That was wonderful. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm from Miami, so my whole childhood has been watching the West versus Central versus Carroll City. You talk about top tier schools going neck to neck every year. So it's always beautiful to see a school from the crib make it, over and over again to that level. I want to talk about. We can start with you on this one, Coach Maul. You know how the demographics, like the area they're from. Generally, that's the inner city. Like, how do you, as a coach, what
How
are
do
the
we
needs
coach?
first of all of these athletes?
Um,
Huh?
you said how do we coach them? What are their needs? You breaking up? I
Like, what
didn't
are
hear
their
you.
needs? Like, I mean, on and off the field, it goes beyond. I'm sure it goes. I'm sure your job stretches beyond football. So I just want to
Right.
tap into that a little bit more. When they get into those car
Okay. Well,
accidents, they need some type of moral support. Like, and that takes from you, obviously.
I mean, well, sometimes we have to be counselors, therapists, coach, dad. Sometimes because a lot of times these kids they lifting these weights, this testosterone get built up in them. They feel like they don't have to listen, and a lot of times, us as coaches, we have the ear more than their parents.
Yeah.
So most times, you get that call
Mm.
from a parent like, "Look, man, I can't get through to him." It's either one or two things gonna happen. You either gonna get them right, or I'm taking them on the team, and so you got to jump into that and play family counselor, therapist. Uh, it's just you wear a lot of different hats, man. Because like you said, every kid have a different list of problems. So you never know what when you wake up tomorrow, what kid and what problem that's gonna come at you. So you just got to be ready to have on your different hats. One day you're gonna wake up, you might be a counselor. Then you'll be a therapist. Hell, you
I
might
got a
be a
question
referee.
for you. I got a question for
So
you.
go ahead.
Do you feel like there should be a
Go
specific
ahead.
position for someone on the team to be like a liaison? Because y'all carry a lot as coaches as is, but you don't feel like, hey, even starting in high schools, that they should have a position for these kids to go to a specific person or a group of people. Like, shouldn't they invest that money back into the school so that it's not just a guidance counselor they're going to when they want to get into college, or they're going to a grief counselor when they've gone through something, but they should have one specifically for sports teams because sports counseling is different.
Um,
How you feel about
yeah,
that?
yeah, that's yeah. We that would be great. I mean, we have some. I think we have someone at our school that's like that. That's on our staff. He does a tremendous job. His name is Dwight, Coach Dwight. He does a great job with it. But like I said, it's a team effort. So some
Right.
days he might not get a call. First they're going to reach out to your position coach regardless. You know what I mean? That's the first point of contact. Then we'll probably take it to him, or sometimes we just try to deal with it ourselves. But he does a good job at it because he's a mortician. So in the summer he usually get all the kids together and he take them through his funeral home. Like, look, you in the streets, you don't want to have to come see me. You know what I mean? Like, and kind of almost like scare them straight. Like when they go in
Yeah,
there, they see them bodies on the table. Like, you don't want to have to be in this position right here. So
right.
you might want to get your mind together, get yourself together and try to get on that straight and narrow. So he does a pretty good job with that.
What about you, Coach there?
Uh, Basically everything Coach Moss said. Like we everything to a lot of these kids. Cause a lot of kids we have lunch is their only meal for the day. So you trying to make sure they eat at night. Some of them ain't got no lights at home, no internet. So we picking kids up, bringing them to our houses, doing work, and feeding them, picking them up, dropping them off. So it would. I know in our budget in Stanford we don't have that. I'd love to have somebody like that, but like Coach said, you're a father some days, you're a brother some days, you're a disciplinarian some days, cause
But
it's not in the budget.
that make me feel a little off because it's like all this money's been poured into these colleges that's reaching out to these kids,
Mm-hmm.
and none of that money goes back. So if your school, especially a school like Central or the West, speaking from Miami, y'all reigning champions back to back here. Y'all should have more funds coming back to y'all schools to fund
Well,
things like this because
and,
not
and,
just
and
one
not
position.
not to cut them all off, but a lot of these state governors and people don't care about these inner city schools where it's a lot of
Right.
black kids. And they're trying to go to the private
Exactly.
schools where the kids who don't look like us at, just speaking in general, where we come from, where the school I coach at.
Right.
Hmm.
But it's crazy too because I don't know if y'all know the CEO of FHSAA. I think dude name is like George Tommen or something like that. George Tommen, and he has many like sponsors or whatever. But where is that money going? Because obviously it's not going into these events if y'all still paying entry fees to your
Right.
state games. So it's like,
Well, we don't pay the entry fee.
no, I'm saying, visitors, but where's that money
Yeah.
going if they already have sponsors into the program? And
Mm-hmm.
then how do they pay for the buses that y'all take to these places? And then the parents getting there. So it's like none of that money's being poured back unless it's a necessary fund for these kids to be there, which is keeping their name high, obviously. I don't know. It's just so many
Well,
questions, but
I don't know how it goes up in Stanford there. I know, but the school pay for it because at the district give each athletic program so much money to make it through the year. So with us, we play a national schedule, so we might play a matter day or something that we might get a couple, get so much money for going over there to
I
play them.
think right.
So so that's kind of how we kind of survive, and different in our games. Let's face it. I mean, in our games, we usually sell outs. Depending upon who we playing or whatever the case may be. So we kind of like fund ourselves. Be honest, you know what I'm saying? Just being honest, and we just got to make it do what it do.
Yeah, like the same thing for us. We have our booster
Hmm.
club, so they pretty much
Okay.
carry the weight, and that's how our football team is king down there now. Like we won in '08 against Northwestern in the state championship. I wasn't there then, but we're just trying to continue that dominance like Diamond Central is doing. Seven. How many state championships I got, coach?
7.
7. We trying to get there. So, but our booster club carries the weight on everything. Like we do card selling cards, car washes. We do everything. So it's a group effort.
Hmm. Now, I'm not sure if this was discussed, and I apologize. or my difficulties, but I'm not sure if y'all discussed this or not. I wanted to know how the season at school y'all have those children. What happens off the field? What happens when after the state championship helmet is hung up, you're senior with maybe no offers, or whatever you have going on? How are these guys being prepared for the next level, or what does it take for them to? What is it that needs to be important to them for them? I know it's always there. Just what does it take for that next level for them to make it throughout life? I'm pretty sure that weighs heavy on y'all as coaches. So,
Well,
what do you think
for
it takes
me,
for? Like, can you just walk us through that, if anything?
well, for me, like, well, for us, we know
Let's
it's
talk.
about we start after the states championship. That's when we start trying to get the mid major guys or the D2 guys together. To try to get them their scholarships or whatever the case may be. But if the guys who's not gonna play football, we have those real life conversations with us outside of football. Like, listen, let's not be that guy that's chasing football because the day before you look up, 15 years pass by, you 35 and you don't know what the hell you want to do with your life. You know what I mean? So we have those real life conversations with our kids. Like, okay,
Right.
outside of football, what's going to pay your bills, son? As a man, who are you? Not even as a person outside of football. Okay, we know you're good at football, but outside of football, who are you? You know what I mean? What's your identity? You know what I mean? And by me working at the workforce office, I'm able to kind of like listen. You gotta. It ain't all about just football. Okay, let's just say football don't work out. What's your plan? What's the next step? Even if the guys that are big time, okay, what you gonna go up there and major in? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? We try to get them prepared for life after ball.
That's pretty much similar to what we do. All our Power
No,
Five
that's
guys
great.
been signed already, and like the kids who are on the fence about whether they want to play ball or get in the workforce, we have the options where we have one of the coaches. I think he's a fireman. We talked to him about that, and trade school, just different options to make money in life and be successful. So we got a couple that's gonna sign D2 and NAIA. We'll probably have about 13 total signs. So
Yeah, I had a question, but I could hold it.
We have someone comment here. His name is Mark Peacock. I'm not sure if y'all familiar, but okay, it says, "Trust me, Coach Daryl. It ain't hard for Seminole to dominate.
Central Florida, congratulations on
So
winning.
congratulations on winning state. You too, Janelle, and
hey,
that's coming from a proud Northwestern Florida. Coming to brag, Lord, let the Northwestern people
I appreciate that, Coach Peacock.
hey,
get
hey,
there.
hey, all I gotta say to Coach Peacock, and in 2008, Seminole beat arguably one of the best Miami Northwestern teams to come through the nation. So hey, line it up. We'll line it up with anybody. We don't care. So,
Mm, dang.
Sister, you said you had a question. I think the floor is open for you right now.
Well, I can't say what Mark Peacock done said because I'm gonna leave that to him. But on a more serious note, um, so when you say, I know
Yeah.
it's kind of a great area when it comes to um, your athletes and college. But how do you make? Well, obviously, it's not your job to determine who you feel is somebody that'll make it or not. But how do you have that conversation with some of these guys that doesn't have the work ethic, but you want to see them get to the next level? So there's a lot of people, a lot of young men, so to say, that I feel are struggling because they have not had that harsh reality early enough to make that switch and build their lives. And I'm asking y'all as coaches, how do you, let's say you have 7 running backs, all of them seniors, and you know in your heart who has worked that, who will work the hardest and who will get to that next level. But how do you talk to them other, like you just said, you told them, hey man, you know, who are you outside of football? But how do you help prepare them beyond just that conversation? Because some people it may take more than just a conversation. You know what I'm saying? How do
I
you personally prepare?
I know what I do. Like, I have a senior running back. He hasn't really played all year. It's just being truthful with him. His dad was an All-American running back, but he doesn't have the talent, his dad has. So I just being honest with him. He's like, I still want to play ball, coach. Can you? I said, we can get you to try to walk on somewhere. He has a little bit of talent, but it's not the most. But you have to be brutally honest with these kids because a lot of their parents think they better than what they are. Like everybody think their kid Tom Brady, everybody think their kid Randy Moss, and it's not that. Then another thing is in the game, you got to capitalize on the opportunity when your moment comes. If you're not gonna capitalize in the game in high school, how you gonna capitalize when you get to college? It don't do nothing but get harder. So if somebody trying to tell you and show you every day what to do to be prepared for that moment or to get to that next step, and you not buying in or you're not even trying, because you gotta realize we build relationships with these coaches for years. They trust in our word when we send these kids up here for a scholarship. So it's just all about being. You got. I take them to the side 1-on-1. That way, I don't feel like I'm coming at them, trying to embarrass them. To be truthful with them. Then you got to have that conversation with their parents also, which is hard sometimes. Like we done had plenty of meetings with parents this year about some of the kids, but it's a conversation that has to be had.
Right.
Well, for me, shoot, it's pretty much the
So
same thing
Jamal,
Coach said. Like it's the same thing Coach said. I mean, you got to have that hard conversation because hey, at the end of the day, nobody don't care about your feelings.
At all.
You're right, especially not in the real world.
Right. So, hey, you better hear it from me. You know I got your best interests at heart. Before you go out there and a complete stranger tell you, hey, man, it ain't for you. And another thing I like to tell my guys, look, man, you going to college, right? If you ain't going on a scholarship, let's start looking at something. Because last thing you want to do is be in debt for the rest of your life. Because you're going to have to pull out a loan. And they stacking right now. It's all good while you in school, but they stacking up that interest on you every year. You know what I'm talking about? So by the time you get out, you already starting off in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So and our kids kind of understand numbers. So when you tell them the numbers, they start to look at things different. Like, okay, hold on, let's figure something else out.
Interesting. Can you coach a lazy athlete?
Yeah, we coach them
You
all the
can.
time.
Yeah, you can. It's hard, but you can.
Right, we do it all the time.
Would you send a lazy athlete to college?
Is somebody gonna take them?
Yeah, somebody gonna take them. Yeah. At the end of the day, I like to. At the end of the day, I tell the college coaches the truth about all our kids, so that they don't be surprised. But some of the college coaches will see a lazy athlete that just has that talent, where they be like, okay, we're gonna try that anyway, and they don't care.
Right.
That's all my questions for right now.
Keep them coming, man. You
all
got the good
right,
question.
guys. So, I want to ask. Y'all are both HBCU. Y'all are alumni of HBCUs, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah from both. We just going yeah, yep.
You know about
I
that?
know.
You
I know
know
you
about
from
FAMU?
FAMU, Darius.
Come on now,
So
FAMU straight.
that's
Come on
automatic.
now.
I just, yeah, I know. I just wanted the people to know. I know. I just want the people to know.
Okay.
Mr. Coach Mo went to Edward Waters, correct?
Yeah.
So my question is, with the recent switch with Deion Sanders going to Action State, which is a HBCU, what do y'all see in the future of football players? Are y'all marketing HBCUs or is that a better alternative for those who may not be a Power Five uh, level of they don't have that ability, but they could probably get at an HBCU. Are the kids willing? Do you think that maybe like that switch for Deion Sanders to go to an HBCU pretty much enhanced the market in a way? Can we talk about that part of it?
Key, you lagging, Key. Your thing mess up.
What's
Yeah, you got
up,
to
Chris?
reset your connection.
All right, I'll go. All right. But y'all heard the question though, right?
I mean, I think we could piece together what you tried to say. You were saying if the coaches are they marketing more so now than ever the HBCUs, and if they feel like they're taking them to a place that can eventually they can not profit from, but actually succeed in. Is that what you asked? No.
Not quite. I was asking about the marketability of HBCU students or like alternative because before it's like, oh, HBCU like a last resort kind of, right? I'll go play for them, and I'm saying with like the recent Deion Sanders switch to a JSU, does that enhance the market of HBCUs where kids are more willing to go, or y'all are more willing to make them go, or
I
to put
mean,
them down that pathway? I just want to talk about HBCU five schools or the biggest schools.
well, that's just, I mean, that's great. Dion is at that HBCU, so he enhanced the marketability of that college. But all of them, all college, all HBCUs, not gonna have the same. This, they don't have they coach don't have the same cliche as Dion. At the end of the day, so I mean, more HBCUs need to follow Jackson State's blueprint and get these ex NFL guys in there. So now we get, and we can send kids, but we all got to know. We all know HBCUs don't do right by the fund, by the money. They don't, sometimes money, like it make money get made, but it doesn't go back into the program. They don't put it back into their facilities. So
Mm-hmm.
HBCUs are the worst.
That makes sense.
I know, like for me, when my brother was getting recruited, I used to take. We stay in it. We're from Oak Hill, Florida, which is in Volusia County, the Daytona area. We took him to so many spring practices at Bethune Cookman before he got his first offer, and they never offered him. And my brother said, whoever offered me first, that's where I'm gonna go. So they never offered him, so he ended up going to Appalachian State before he got drafted by the Tennessee Titans. He scored his first NFL touchdown today, so the rookie running back, Darren Nevin, shout out. But
Hey,
Tell us who your brother is. Who's your brother?
Darren Nevins, backup running back to Derrick Henry on the Tennessee Titans.
nice.
But I know Cookman and FAMU staff, they can't say I don't send my kids film there first with all that info. But a lot of them are like, oh, we're not gonna offer him because we don't think he'll come here. And a lot of our kids, I can speak for our kids, they want to go to HBCUs, but they don't offer them. So here comes Georgia or Florida come offer one of our kids. Okay, now then they want to come back later on. Oh, we're gonna offer you now. Why not offer them first? Okay, if you don't come there, you don't come there. You don't never know what can happen.
Right.
But that's where, and Cookman and fam know I send my kids film there first, so I can speak on it. But they try to wait to the last minute to offer a kid. That ain't gonna work. Like be first. A lot of these kids, like if everything worked out, I was gonna try to get to where our kids could go visit fam before the state championship game, but it didn't work out schedule wise for everybody. But they gotta do a better job, like Coach said, funding to recruiting, like going after kids they want and offering first. They wait to the last minute, and that's not. You ain't gonna get kids like that. These kids want to be offered first, They want to know that they're important in your program and show them that you care and that you want them there. Don't wait till the last minute before signing day. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna offer this kid now.
Mm. All right, college coach HBCU started to take those nuggets. Very important. Maul, do you have anything to add to that? Thank you for that too, Coach Ray.
Shoot,
No,
he
I'm good.
open. You kind of missed it. You heard me?
Oh, I missed it. My bad. Okay. All right. So yeah, the 30-minute mark. Is there anything that y'all would like to talk about or bring to the table? Any ways that the people could possibly help these children if they like business owners, for example, if they have internships or jobs that these guys can learn, like maybe life skills or things like that. Do y'all have any thoughts on any of that? Because a lot of them are good pro for the field, but professionally they might not have that guidance or knowledge, and it's only so much a coach can do. Do you think that that could be some form of help? But they can't. Are they allowed to work? Athletes are not allowed to work, correct?
That's only in college. In high school, they don't. You can do whatever, but we demand so much of their time that I don't think my guys working. You know what I mean? So maybe in the summer they can get summer jobs, but if you think about it, they're in school, and then after school they got to go to work. I mean, got to go to practice.
That transition.
Getting a job is what they're gonna get off at 12 o'clock. They have to wake up and do that again. That's not really
Yeah, I
something I
know.
look for.
Like what Coach Maul said.
Yeah.
After practice and workouts, a lot of our kids got tutoring and stuff. So it'd be hard for them to get jobs and stuff unless it's like a weekend job. So it'd be hard to do that.
So yeah, I'm just thinking about the mindset of, oh, you ain't got enough time to work there to like if you don't make it there, go work, go work, go work. You better figure something out. It's like, are they like mentally? It seems like a lot of them have a hard time accepting that. To even being told, it seems that they have a hard time accepting and adjusting. And so then maybe the streets, like how do you keep guys off of the streets, the easy way, the easy money with those circumstances?
I know for in our case, it's the kids got to have a disciplined mindset to not to even want to do that. But it's easy as a coach to say that, as an older man to say that, because as a younger, when I was in high school, everybody want that fast money. But when you got people in your corner who trying to tell you to do right and who you need people who actually trying to look out for you and help you out, it's easier to not go that route. You know what I mean? You got parents or cousins who doing the right thing to try to show you the way out and gonna look out for you just in case you do need something. That way you ain't got to go that route. But you just got some kids, hey, I need this fast money. I want to be in the streets. No matter how much you try to help them, they're going to go that route. Then that'll be the kid. Hopefully it don't happen, but it usually does. You see in the news for the next day on the news that's killed or in jail. It's hard. I don't like to say that, but it's true, though. That's the reality of life. So we have a lot of kids who make it. Then we have some kids go talk to their parents, go talk to them. Hey, like, Coach, nah, I ain't trying to come back. I'm in the street. That's what I want to do, So it's hard. You think about it. We be up at night thinking about it, but at the end of the day, people going to do what they want to do, So it's rough.
Yeah, exactly what he said, man.
Okay. Okay. I respect that. Lily, do you have any questions, comments, segments?
No, I mean it's like it's kind of sad because I mean we can't ask for the coaches to do more than what they already doing. Especially like great coaches like y'all. Um, But sometimes I look at the kids that don't they don't have that push to get to the next level outside of you all. And then once school over, or once everything settles at the end of the year, after you had your state game, it's the ones that that got some talent but never had that push, that kind of get left left behind, and then you forget. But you can't ask the coach to do more than what they're already doing. So it's like, I don't know. It kind of sucks because you're already going through a lot of pressure as coaches, but there's no way that we can expect for y'all to look after each player with the same, like, in depth. And it's kind of sad because you got some players that'll be lost, as soon as after high school, and they'll be the ones that could have done something, could have been better, but just overlooked.
Yeah, I know our head coach delegates pretty much everything to the running back, to each position coach, the kids they have. So we all stay on top of them, guidance counselors, and if it get too bad, our head coach gets involved, which he already has a lot on his plate already, dealing with the whole team. So it's hard to try your best, like you talk to them, hey, what you got going on today? You need anything? Check on them at home. It's a lot, man, because a lot of these kids going through real life situations. Like I said, a lot of our kids don't even have water or lights at home. A lot of our kids don't eat a real meal at lunch. So we trying to help them eat. Like, we have food after practice where they can eat, take it home. So it's rough, man. I didn't realize as a coach, a lot of this was on the coach to help out, because honestly, you got a lot of kids raising kids. They ain't working. A lot of parents don't want to come to these games. They worry about the club and stuff, So a couple, like, you got parents who ain't even showing up to CNA, So it's rough, And like I tell a lot of coaches, like, this kid snapping, but the kid got a lot of pressure going on at home. So you gotta, he might curse and stuff, but let him slide a little bit, discipline him, but talk to him, see what's going on. Why you snapping like that? What's going on? They'll open up to you. A lot of these kids they got some real life situations going on. It's rough.
Yeah. But no, that's all I had. How can we keep our kids in the inner city schools instead of taking them to schools like Heritage Page, St. Thomas? It's a good question.
I mean, how can we keep them? How can we keep them? I mean, the kids not taking themselves to those schools.
Yeah.
I mean, the parents got to do their part and keep them in the inner city. I mean, not one kid can go into school and sign themselves up, or not one kid can go into the register office and transfer themselves. So that's a question for the parents.
That's true.
You got to go more in depth on that, bro. It's more than that. Go more in depth, bro. Go more in depth. I
mean, sometimes, but I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it might be better for that kid to get out of these environments. I'm gonna just keep it real. Sometimes it's better.
Nah, I ain't mean it like that. Some of them schools paying for them kids to come over there. Tell the truth. They know. Come on.
But at the end of the day, not one kid can go and take themselves to that school.
That's true. Okay, I give you. Yeah, it's true.
So you pretty much saying these parents need to understand what they're doing when they transfer the kid. It's not always in their best interest when a coach throwing, oh, well, I'll pay for your son's scholarship or your daughter's scholarship. All those parents is hearing that, but they're not hearing everything else that come with it. That doesn't guarantee you a spot on a college team. It don't guarantee you, the best coaching, because sometimes the coaches in those schools be the worst.
So walk us through that, coach.
Exactly. Huh?
She said, "Walk us through it."
What you said?
A lot of these parents are misinformed, right? So walk us through a good opportunity. What does that even look like? How do you know? Like,
a good opportunity.
What are the signs, coach?
What are the signs? I heard maybe a quarter of what you said.
Yeah.
I couldn't repeat your question, Key.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What?
So I was asking to walk us through what a good opportunity is. Like
What's a good opportunity is?
how assist a parent and a child in making a better decision. I know you can't tell people what to do. Yeah, like versus they just get you over there just to get you over there. They might not be playing. How do you know? Or do you even know?
You don't know. You don't know. I mean, you got to trust in sometimes, like parent, you got to have that hard conversation with your child. I mean, like
Mm,
before you transfer this kid, is it you kid or is it the coach? Is they not giving you a fair chance, or is you just out there you bullshitting? You know
Right.
what I mean? Because a lot of times, like Coach said earlier, you think these kids are Randy Moss,
mm,
Tom Brady, whatever, they're not getting their fair shot. But if you go out there, you sit out there and just watch practice, don't say nothing. Just watch your child at practice.
Preach.
You would 9 times out of 10, you would get your answer of why your child not in the game on Friday night, because the game is not won Friday night. You win the game on Monday or Wednesday.
Mhm.
You know, leading up to the game and the work you put into it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they get over there.
And a lot of the parents don't be honest with their kid. You know your kid not that good. Now come on, man. But y'all, he's supposed to be starting. Come on, and this kid in front of him was going to Miami and Nebraska. Like, come on, bro. You know, come on. Gotta be honest with yourself. Like for real.
Move, man.
preach. They trying to tell y'all something good. They good to you, but not to the world. And it's just come out for it. Reality check. That's what I'm hearing.
Pretty much. That's pretty much, and that's what a lot of parents don't do is give
Well,
their kids a
Mm-hmm.
this was a great segment. I'm not sure if there's yeah. So
Yeah. What about them Dolphins?
are there any other things I'd like to discuss before? Oh, the Dolphins. Yeah.
The Dolphins.
Clap it up for them boys.
Man, don't nobody
Man.
care
Dolphins.
about no
You
Dolphins.
care about no damn
Who
Dolphins?
said that? Coach Mo?
Both of us
Yeah.
said, don't
Who
nobody care
care?
about no Dolphins.
Right, man. You're tripping. Nobody.
No,
The
y'all tripping.
Dolphins.
Hold up now, Coach. Golly. Who y'all going for then?
Who's on the same page?
I can't,
Who's out
I
here,
can't,
huh?
I can't talk. My team, the Minnesota Vikings, so I'm quiet.
Yeah, y'all you know what?
Just
I'm
on
off
mute.
this one. His team, the Vikings, this is the team that got me messed up.
Yeah, I can't talk about my team.
Hey, man. I'm a Cowboy fan, so I
Yeah,
don't give a
that's
damn.
a good
Oh,
Oh
one.
no. Hey,
you
hey,
I love
definitely
my
segment,
can't talk.
guys.
You
segment
definitely
over.
can't talk.
Segment
I
over.
I love my
Yeah,
guys.
yo own.
I
We ain't gonna
love
talk
my
about your
guys.
owner. That's a whole other segment. That's a
No, the
whole other
Cowboys
segment.
fans are the absolute worst. Cowboys fans are the worst.
Who's those Mo?
He said Cowboys.
Yeah,
They won today.
Wow.
yeah.
Nobody care about the
They won.
Cowboys.
They won.
And they fans even worse, man. Horrible.
Yeah, I'm not one of those,
Well, all right. Any
those
of y'all teams
technology
going to
guys.
the? Any of y'all teams going to the playoffs?
Well, the Vikings done got
The
pushed
Vikings
out.
going to the playoffs?
They just
No,
lost to the Bears.
no,
No,
no. We
they got
not.
eliminated.
Oh, okay, he can't. Coach Mo, the Cowboys going to the
Hell no.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
playoffs? Y'all got to stand in that. Y'all got to stand in
Absolutely
that
not.
winning. Y'all did it. That's the closest y'all gonna get to a championship this year. Sister, we can talk about the Dolphins.
Mom said, what about the future of UM?
Man,
I ain't about to
UM
go
What
on
got
about
UM
the
right
future
now.
UM
of
got to get
UM?
better.
What about it?
They left that future in North
Hold on.
Carolina.
Let me address Mark, bro. Let me address Mark. Mark, in 2008, Stanford beat Northwestern in the state championship in 08, bro. We can line it up again. Nah, we can do that again.
Oh man.
Hey, but I'm about to sign out, y'all. Good talking to y'all. I appreciate it.
All right, so appreciate your time, man.
All
All
right,
right,
y'all. I
man.
appreciate
Y'all be
y'all.
good.
all
Keep
right,
doing what y'all
guys.
do.
Well, we'll go ahead and all right. We appreciate y'all time. Y'all follow them if y'all want y'all kids to get some better guidance at these schools in Central Florida, South Florida. Y'all follow them. Coach Derry, don't you do a running back camp? Tell them about your running back camp before we go. No? Hello? Coach Derry, you want to tell the people about your running back camp? Hello? Can't hear. All right, we're going to exit. You can't hear? Hold up. Damn. Yeah. Coach Derry, can't hear me? Tell the people about the running back camp. See if your thing on mute, by the way. I can't hear you. I see your lips moving, but tell the people before we go, let the people know about your running back camp. I can't hear you. I can read lips real well, though. I know exactly what you said. All right, guys. Before we go, Coach Derry go tell us about his running back camp in Central Florida. He had the best running back performance in that state championship game. I've never seen a group of running backs so exquisite, so exquisite, so fast, so just amazing at what they did. I mean, you couldn't tell who started back there. And I just want to talk about his camp. You know, you're in Central Florida, you think your son got what it takes. So, Coach Derry, word. Coach Derry, nothing. Hmm. Coach Derry, hello, hello. I'm about to end it. I'm about to end it, and then we'll come back on. And I'll have you on the regular live. Cool. We're gonna talk about your running back camp. Cool. All right, bet. All right, y'all.